Hi, I'm LDS and Medium, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to try to bring religion and spirituality closer together, and this is what this pod is all about. I will talk about my own thoughts and feelings as I am both LDS and have spiritual gifts, something that I've had my whole life, but I always thought that it was hard to combine these gifts with my religion. This has torn me into two directions, and I have talked to many people who feel the same way. I can't choose not to have my spiritual gifts, but I can choose how I use them. And I always want to use them for good and to help others. I believe my heavenly parents gave them to me for a reason. So, this is me. Join my quest for knowledge.
So, this is the bonus day, the day 6 of the Tony Robbins New World, New You Challenge. Today we're going to talk a little bit about energy and how to be a lighthouse. He said that energy is the source of life, and with all the courses that I take, I tend to agree with him. We all need energy to live. There's this power to energy that we have inside of us. It's the charger thing on the battery that we have inside of us. Sometimes you charge yourself and you're getting high, the battery is filled, and sometimes you forget to charge and you run low for a really long time. Every light we have in the house needs energy to be able to shine. And so we need energy to shine. The lighthouses on the rock over the sea needs energy to shine. Back in the days, they had wood that they had, and they burnt wood in order to keep sailors safe. But today we use energy. And we need to recharge ourselves so that we won't run low on our energy. Because energy is the force that makes our heart beat. And for me, I've been so fascinated with bodies my whole life, and I've been fascinated how muscles work and how the structure of the joints work and the heart connection. It's something that I'm drawn to learning more about. But what I come to realize that the body is just as healthy as the smallest of our cells. And for us to be able to live good lives, we also need to help our bodies feel good. And so with the courses I've taken a lot of nutrition, since that's something that fascinates me. Do you want to talk a little bit more about nutrition and how good that is and what we should think about?
Yeah, Anthony Williams came in, and he's known as the medical medium. And he has a lot of books about nutrition and health. And he gave a couple of powerful tools that can help us heal. And he said that just like dust collects in your house and it builds up, you need to clean it away, and the same is true for our body. Toxins build up inside of our body, and he said he starts his day with lemon water, and he drinks 16 to 32 ounces every morning, which help cleanse the body and the blood, and the calcium in the lemon helps the kidneys, and it also helps to cleanse the liver. So, great way to start the morning. He also eats a little bit cilantro every day for the heavy metal detox. And he makes juice out of celery, drinks it, eats wild blueberries that are full with antioxidants. And he also mentioned things like spirulina, barley grass, and Atlantic seaweed. And something that we both do also is that we keep our cells in balance by supplementing our diet with omega-3 every day. And I never really understood how important omega-3 is to our body, and a lot of people don't understand this. But every cell in our body is built out of omega-3 and omega-6. And most of our diet today gives us a lot of omega-6. But omega-3 is not something that you produce in your body, but you have to eat it. And if you're not ingesting it, then the cell walls will be mostly out of omega-6. That will make them thicker and harder than if they were actually a combination. It should be a 1-to-1 ratio between omega-3 and omega-6 in your cells. And so if your cell is not in balance, then your body cannot be. And if you have too much omega-6 in your cells, you will have a lot of inflammation in your body. It'll bring you a lot of pain and a lot of different diseases. So he's talked a lot about peak state. And when he's jumping around and he's like doing movements and just like getting in the state, moving his whole body, it's what he calls the peak state. But there are also different kinds of state, more than peak state. And he talked about meditation, which is the beautiful state. It's when you go within. And then there's emotional energy, and also a beautiful energy of peace. and that's the physical movement. And he also talked about coconut water, the importance of staying hydrated, and starting with lemon water every morning. Then they kept going until mind, emotion, spirit. And they said that be the champion of your own life. Find the love within and find a love for yourself. Learn to fail. Become someone who's willing to fail. Because failure is not a negative thing. Failure is a part of your learning process. So if you don't fail, you never take any chances. And we as humans are so much more powerful than we think. And sometimes you might not be afraid of failing, but you might be afraid of actually succeeding. Most people might be afraid of the force that they actually have in themselves rather than failing. There are also different kind of fitness. When you think about fitness, maybe you think about your body, but there's also, I was looking at a TED Talk that talks about mental fitness, the fitness of the brain. That's something also that we need to practice. And also emotional fitness, where you're the master of your mindset. And then he mentioned meditation and energy healing. And you worked a lot with healing. Is there something that you can say about healing and the body? Any kind of examples?
Wow, there's many examples that I've seen about healing. The thing that I understand is that the more I learn, the less I know. It's really complex and yet so simple. Heavenly Father created bodies for us, and they're self-healing. If you get a wound or a cut, it will slowly heal itself. Like with my son and his collarbone fracture, it will heal itself. And on the break, it'll be stronger because that's how it's designed, to be stronger at the cracks where they've been broken. I've seen miracles happen with healing. I have seen miracles happen with priesthood blessings too. So for me, it's the energy. But it is also about the faith that I have in things that will work. I've been looking into many different aspects of it, but the body is really created to be good. If the body is not healthy, a lot of times it's our emotional and mental garbage that reflects in our health, that gives us physical ailments. It's not that many times it's actually physical. If you're not like in a crash or stuff that happens fast, then it's physical. If you're in an accident, it's fast, it's physical. But the overall injuries they have, like sicknesses and ailments, it's mostly comes from our energies. And it comes gradually from our energies, and then it gradually comes into the body. And those things you need to work on an energetic level to solve, as well as getting maybe help from professionals and different kind of professionals. I have one foot in the medical department, and then I have one foot in the holistic department. So I'm both. I like that part that I can ask for help when I need it in order to sew up and cut or mend a bone. But I can also get help from the holistic place with different kind of treatments. And I've had a friend that I helped that had a whiplash injury. It took me a year and a half maybe to get her to a place where she didn't feel pain every day. And where she could lift her arms and when she could do things with her children. And it was just an amazing journey to be a part of. But the medical department, it's just like, here's painkillers, there's not much we can do, but there's so much that can be done because the body is designed to heal. And if it doesn't heal, then there's something that needs to be brought up to the surface. So I'm a big fan of energy healing and self-communication and body talk, or how you can say it. I'm interested in everything that has to do with frequency healing or sound therapy healing, or you name it. I think it's funny. I'd like to know more about color therapy healing, and it's just, there's so much we can do.
Tony Robbins also talked about changing your state and living in a beautiful state. I think most people, if they had the choice of living an ordinary life or an extraordinary life, I think most of them would choose maybe the extraordinary life. If you have the choice of living in a beautiful state or a not so beautiful state, I'm hoping that most people would choose to live in a beautiful state. A state that's calm, a state that's loving. And he said that one of the ways to get into that beautiful state is to change the channel and focus on gratitude. Gratitude is the bridge from despair to hope, is something that he said. Gratitude is the bridge from despair to hope. And I've seen a lot of people talk about a gratitude journal, and it's actually a really good idea. Because once you start to focus on things that you're grateful for, you start seeing more things around you that you are grateful for. And you're focusing on being grateful, and the good things will take you away from the bad things and the things that might be hard in your life. And I have everything inside of me that makes the impossible possible. And you know what? So do you. You have everything inside of you that makes the impossible possible. And to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice your gift, because you are the gift. It takes courage to have faith. It takes courage to try something new. You gotta be willing to take a risk on yourself. Just say to yourself, I'm afraid, but I'll do it anyways. The quality of your life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty you are comfortable with. Uncertainty is risk, so you need to really grab your courage. You need to take intelligent risks. Don't live in fear. Don't let uncertainty decide your actions. Without energy, there's no passion. Those were some of the thoughts that was on the last day of the bonus day, Tony Robbins Day 6. And I'm thinking about when he said, be a lighthouse. He's talking about energy. Let your energy show. And in church we talk about our religion as a candle, and that we shouldn't hide our faith under our mantle. We should hold it up. So we compare it to the candle, but I'm saying, why be just a candle when you can be a lighthouse? Why just hold a little candle up when you can now, with internet, reach the whole world and not just the one that are closest around you in the room?
One of my favorite church songs growing up was Like a Lighthouse, and I think we're gonna add that one. We'll add the link in the comments, because it's beautiful. It was something popular when I was growing up, and that I listened to a lot when I was younger. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. I'm saying that I'm doing this for you, but actually it's been a journey for me too. If I can pick something out from everything that I've learned, I think it's the gratitude part. To learn how to be grateful, even if the hardest and most heartbreaking circumstances. If you can find that gratitude, then you won't feel so alone, you won't feel so sad or hurt, you won't feel so lonely or broken. And so I'm really grateful for when I started feeling grateful again. I'm really happy that I had so much knowledge that I could tap into, and so many around me to help me gain my footing again and find my happiness and my gratefulness, get my inner light starting to shine again. And so that's just the ending conclusion on this journey that we had that took place. Now it's more than 6 months ago, but it's been fun to reread it, to re-talk about it, and to be able to pod about it. Everything that we learned and that we found insightful. Until next time, be the light, share the light, spread the light, shine.
This is my journey. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Please download, like, share and subscribe, and help spread the light and spread the word to expand our community. Let's bring more love, peace and unity to this world. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Always be grateful, kind and loving. Be brave and remember to step out of your comfort zone and smile. If you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our meditations and extra materials so you can download them as MP3. Also, we now have a Facebook group, which you can access from our Facebook community. Please answer the questions as you apply to participate. It will be a safe haven where we can keep discussing religion and spirituality, our spiritual gifts and self-development. Remember, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world.